Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us on Two Peas in a Podcast. We have Ato, Rachel, and Kuya Nick. How you doing, guys?
Hey.
What's up?
You excited to be part of the show? You look so enthusiastic.
Man. Yeah, man. It's like 10 o'clock here,
10:30.
and we're ready to turn up. So,
I mean, that was Rachel's choice, was it not?
yeah.
I ain't trying to get up at like 6 a.m. Sorry, Dan.
At 5 a.m. I have, 5 a.m. guys.
My bad.
Oh, it worked out for me either way.
Hey, I had to get my hair cut. So
She got her hair
I
did for this.
Gotta get my hair did real quick.
Looks nice,
Well,
Rachel.
you have the hairdressers open. All ours is shut down. This is all.
Really?
I've cut my own hair since March last year.
Nice.
I know, you can tell.
You got some
No,
good practice
that's
in, I
pretty
see.
good, though.
Yeah, nice. Not
Yeah.
bad. Not bad at all. Surprising. I would not do that. I would mess it up.
Remember we tried?
She tried to cut my hair one time.
Did you let your wife try to cut your hair?
No, she's not. She doesn't go anywhere near my hair. I get her to check it, make sure it looks all right, but I don't let her cut it. I literally shaved
did
the
me
back.
cut it, though.
I'm in the. Mate, you probably just shaved my head for the sake of it.
That would
Oops.
be a good video.
Pretty much that.
I had to do that after she cut it. I was like, oh, no. It's...
I think I've seen that video. I
Yeah.
was cracking up
That
laughing.
was kind of hard. If I knew you were gonna just shave it off or like buzz it off, I should have made a cool design.
Oh, you would have
first,
made such
you
a
know?
cool design. For sure.
Just
To
Line
shave a
down.
penis in the back of his head.
Yeah.
The sweetest design.
Well, congratulations as well for getting engaged. I watched the video.
Thank you.
All right.
I've got to admit, it's a cute video. When you got to the proposal part, I was like, beautiful, beautiful.
I saw Shay's reaction. He was like bawling his eyes out.
Yeah, I was getting
Oh,
low-key
baby.
emotional.
Oh,
I'm
dang.
getting a little emotional right now, guys.
It's surprising how emotional people get watching that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're putting yourself in their shoes. Hopefully
Yeah.
one day I'm next,
Mate,
Yeah.
you're the odd one out here.
Yeah.
I
you
know.
have to be nice.
I'm the odd one out everywhere.
There's no other option.
Are you gonna propose to a Maury set?
Oh,
one
no, that's ended a long time ago. Long time ago. We ain't even go. We just recently posted a video about that too.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
something along those lines. And yeah, we got a few hate comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That really
that's
surprised me,
really
actually.
yeah. They deleted them though, but I sent it to you.
Yeah. I'd not seen that until you sent it.
That put me in a bit of a mood before getting on here. I was just like, nah, not this guy. You had some questions, right?
I have Mr. and Mrs. game questions. Do you want to play that now? I thought we'd get into a bit of a flow first.
Yeah, that'll be a nice little
Start off
warm
with a
up.
bang.
Yeah.
You guys are funny.
All right. You got your paper? You got your pens?
A4
Yeah.
paper.
It ain't
A4
A4
paper,
we
guys.
found out what that was, but I got extra just in case.
Nice. So yeah, write your names on the front and then flip it over and then write the other person's name on the back.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
Enjoy the show.
It has to be big.
It should be big, right? Like,
Enough that, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
is
I
it gonna
can read
be
that.
backwards?
No, it's good to me.
Oh no, I don't think I did it right.
Rachel.
Because I thought we were supposed to write your name on the back.
I know her better than she knows herself. That's why I got extra pieces
Wait,
of
would
paper.
you put?
But if you're writing your name on one side of the paper, the back's going to be the back anyway.
My
That's
name.
fine.
I thought we were writing.
And then you flip it,
Yeah.
even though you can kind of see it on the back.
What's on the back?
I don't like it. I hate it actually.
What's on the back?
Nothing's on the back.
I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. Are we doing the whole like
Relationship goals.
Rachel's on the front and Nick is on the back type of thing, or it's just Rachel?
It's both. So on the back you put Nick, on the front you put Rachel.
That's what I thought, but then it's like you can see through because it's Sharpie.
Oh,
you know what I
Rachel.
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Maybe we double up on
Chat.
paper
So we
then.
need
Here
two
we go.
papers
Here we go.
each.
Here we go.
So we
Yeah,
can have,
you can just hold the right one up then.
Right?
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
see,
All right.
Sorry for
Or
wasting
we
your paper.
fold it in half, and we have an A3 paper.
A5, A5.
paper.
Okay.
So I fold it in half.
And Rachel. This is
There was
Just
this
taking the
one
piss
time
out of my accent
I-
in season 3, by the way.
Huh?
Doing those accents. I
You like
remember
my
you doing the
accent?
accent.
Yeah, remember in the Philippines, I was like Shay.
Oh no.
There was this one time I was we were back home in Michigan. I was doing karaoke for like 2 hours. And then after that, I turned it into like a comedy show or something. And I was the host. And I had like a British accent the whole entire time.
Oh, now I have
blew
to hear
everyone's
this.
mind.
Everybody was on their phone. She was laying on the ground with the microphone.
I was like, come on, guys. Are we not doing this, little one?
I'm just gonna go with the bam,
Hold on, I'm gonna see
Bam.
if this works. Sorry.
bam.
I feel like I should be doing it too. Wouldn't make
You
any
haven't
sense.
missed it,
Oh, you
so
can
Shay. You're lacking
Wait.
Yes.
one fundamental necessity of this
You
of the
guys,
game.
I have a really random
I
question.
guess so.
I have a random
Yes.
question. Can you guys do an American accent?
In my head, yes, but I'll probably butcher the language. And I
Try
can't.
it.
I'm not very good at regional either. So me American is like the whole country rather than like specific states.
Yeah, I hear you.
And maybe after we've warmed up, I might give it a crack.
Okay, sounds
Like
good.
what you use to make fun of Americans is what you can do.
I wouldn't say make fun of them, but
Yeah,
like-
because
Yeah,
when we make
yeah,
fun of
pretty much.
Americans, it's just like we're going down south. You know what I mean?
okay. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Rules are simple. I ask you a question, and you hold up the name of the person who you think best represents that answer. Matching pair wins. Well, not wins, but gets a point. Total of 35 points available. Oh, yes. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
5 points.
And I'm looking for some arguments here,
Oh, okay.
potentially. And I'm guessing it's going to be from Matt and Rachel. All right, then. So, first question.
Wait. Who do you think is gonna win? Hold on.
No, it's
Well,
But it's not really. It's not who's going to win. It's how
It's
many.
whether they're going to win or lose.
Okay, what's
So you got to get at
over
least
under?
half.
What's over under?
So there's 35 questions. Should we say over 25 is a win? That's like that's most of it.
That's confidence. 25. That's confidence. That's good.
Well, then you suck. You suck.
I'm thinking like 15.
5.
Well, the fact that you're engaged, this should be. You should get high scores on this.
Okay.
You should know each other pretty well, I think.
Oh, okay.
Do not base your future on the outcome of this game.
All right.
Just a disclaimer. Right then, question 1: who is the messiest? Hey,
I could have said that. It's based on observations.
Oh, I wanted to like put your name so bad.
Why?
I don't know, just because.
Just sabotage us?
Okay, who is the grumpiest?
I would have to say you.
What?
Oh, wow.
What? How?
That might be wrong.
That makes no sense.
Depending on the day. All right.
Who has the worst memory? I love the confidence of that
was
one.
easy.
Yeah.
Who smells the best? Should have known that one.
Who is the best looking?
These questions are stupid. Obviously, it's me. Obviously, hold up. Obviously, it's me because shall we go back to how you super liked me?
That's true.
Oh, wow.
That's true.
Is that
Super
actually the
like.
beginning? Super
Yes,
like.
super like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The beginning. So therefore,
So it is possible. Josh is
Yeah,
staying on
but
there.
you're just like, oh snap, let's go.
no, I was like so close to swipe no, but I was like, I'll give him a shot. See what that is about.
You're just like,
Super
ooh,
like,
ooh, mommy likes
ew,
you.
gross. Gross. It's getting hot in here.
Who is the most romantic? Yeah, I could have said that.
I think I know the answer to this one. Who has the best sense of humor?
Oh, we're too good at this game.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me
half
switch
score
it
so
up.
far.
Who is the most organized?
Why are you looking at me
That's
like
not
that?
close.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm very organized.
But I'm more organized. That was the question.
No, but I'm very organized. More than you.
You are organized, but I'm just more.
No, I'm more. I organize everything all the time. I may leave it a little messy, but then I'll put it back and make it organized.
Rachel, there's like a mound of socks somewhere around here.
No, but you went in the drawer to get all this kind of stuff, and it's out right now.
Well, that's because
on
I
the
was just
ground.
like, I need to get
Messy.
it right now.
Messy.
I gotta make this
You didn't put it back
happen. Is what
messy.
it was.
Messy.
Who takes the longest to get ready?
That's not true.
I don't think that's true.
That's not true at all.
Nah.
True.
I don't think it's
Come
true
on.
either.
I have my reasons. There are moments where someone's in the bathroom for a little too long
Yeah,
getting ready.
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you take a long time.
Sometimes I like my showers. It's like really. I'm just like,
It's a long time. Sometimes you take longer than a girl. Man.
Leave me alone. But you go through like 10 outfits.
Yeah, and
Who is the best cook?
Not close.
that's for sure.
This will be a bit of a debate, I'm sure. Who is the smartest? Oh, that was kind of a lose-lose scenario, really, wasn't it?
Who is the better driver?
Rachel, you never drive ever. I'm like, Rachel, can you drive this time? You're like, no. All right, here we go. Here you guys go. First time she drives my car. First time. We're like, Rachel, it's just
We're just going to
a
McDonald's.
quarter of a mile down the road to McDonald's. Quarter mile. Quarter. I could run that, right? Easy without breathing hard, without sweating or breathing hard, right? Sprinting. She pulls out of the place, and at the same time, a guy is like trying to pull out of like street parking. Bam! Hits the car. Like $5,000 of damage.
Oh,
Okay.
Insurance is great.
That's not my
so
fault.
it wasn't that
I'm
bad,
going
but that's-
straight. I was going straight.
Into
Doing
him.
my business, going straight.
Yeah.
So I'm turning, going straight, and then he just comes out of nowhere.
And I was like, Rachel, and you're like,
No, and I was like, why would you just say my name? Like, what are you telling me? I'm paying attention to the road.
and I was just like, dude, and I was like, oh yeah, never driven since. No, I'm just kidding.
Who is the best dancer?
oh well.
Interesting.
Rachel,
We ain't going there.
Rachel,
Who are we up to?
come on.
I kind of want to see your moves now, Nick.
Doesn't mean you're good at it.
My moves?
Yeah.
Oh, I got body waves. I got like chest pops. I mean,
Right.
I got gliding.
You all right?
I do that all.
You all right?
I'm really out here doing it. But she's on karaoke, just swaying hips.
Oh no, we out here twerking a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Rachel. Your Lola is listening.
Shoot, she probably twerk too.
Would you know what twerking is?
You know
Yeah.
what twerking is?
Does she know?
My Lola?
Yeah.
I mean, I could show her.
No, don't.
Lola.
She doesn't know.
Who is the laziest?
Surprisingly, but I get a lot of work done when I need to. Don't tell me
Okay.
I'm lazy when I run 3 businesses
It's true.
and yours.
It's true, but when we go to the gym,
Run me my money. Actually, no, I got mad at you last time we didn't get to the gym.
yeah, that's true. 1 out of.
I got real fussy. I was like,
1 out of.
hey, okay, it takes me a while to get in the habit.
Oh,
Don't get at me
Mhm.
when you take like 3-hour naps. Okay.
Oh, we like
You
naps.
just lay there,
Oh yeah.
and I wake you up, and you're like, no, I don't want to get up.
See, when you're going so hard in the paint,
Okay.
sometimes you just take 3-hour naps.
Okay.
Who can eat the most?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, most days I feel like it could be,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
But there's been times where
or
I'm
maybe
just
it's like this,
Oh,
you know,
changing the rules now.
right?
it depends on the day. But we're dieting too right now.
But without the diet,
yeah.
I feel like you could eat a lot
Yeah.
more than I can.
Yeah. But I don't eat a lot. But you just eat like
Okay.
a baby. You know?
No, I don't.
Infant,
No,
actually.
no, because I could eat 2 burgers just like you.
Fetus. For sure.
Okay.
Who is the clumsiest?
Oh man.
I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah.
I haven't met you and I know that as well.
Yeah, we haven't met. He knows.
Who has the worst habits?
Yeah.
What are those habits?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Biting my fingers is one.
Your fingers or your fingernails?
Fingernails. Yeah.
You bite your fingers.
Just your knuckles. Like,
And I crack my fingers like crazy. Like
No, I think the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
is just biting your nails.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I hate when people bite their nails.
yeah,
sorry.
that's true.
I don't always do it. I do it and I have like a snaggy bit, you know, and you can't be asked to go and get a nail
I
file.
can see because like I might do that
See?
too, but him is like all the time. Like he always has something on his nails that he got to bite, and I'm like, dude, like chill out for a minute.
Yeah.
And
Let's give him a nail
I'll
file.
literally just like smack his hand because I can't deal with it. And I hate the sound of like someone like biting their nail.
Mhm.
It's the grossest sound. So gross.
And I'll do it and she'll look at me and I'll be like,
And I can hear him like chew, and I'm like, gross.
Who made the? Well, we kind of already know that. Who made the first move? It's good to know.
Wait.
You may
Could
have
say
got that
yes,
wrong.
but then at the same time, if we go further into it, could
yeah,
be, right?
yeah. She was like committed before I was, like fully, like
No, because like
bam.
right, so you
Right.
super like right, and then we talking and stuff. But then you were all like, "Hey, you want to be my Uber driver and bring me food?" And I was like, "Excuse me? Like we haven't even met yet.
Facts.
We're just
Facts.
talking." And I'm like,
I was
"Excuse
hungry.
me?" And he's like, "Yeah, just like come bring me food." And I'm like, "No."
Come
And I
on.
was like, "How about like we meet up and get food together?"
Is that
So I
is that what
kinda-
happened?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think you said anything.
Maybe I was saying that for you to be like, no, but but maybe you just
So
went right
fishing
into my
for that
plan.
invite.
Probably,
You know
but
what
at
I
the
mean?
same time, shoot, if I was a different person, I would be
Smart.
like, nah, you crazy, bye.
yeah. But you were just like, mommy, like
Okay.
you."
So gross, Nick.
Who is in control of music in the car?
I could never play my
Bangers
jams.
only.
I can never play my jams.
Nice.
I don't even remember a time. Like, there's only a few times when we drove out here and you were napping. Like, play some stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you felt bad, maybe once you'd be like, here, pick a song. And I'm like, no, I don't want to pick a song because I know you won't like it.
Yeah.
Or I'll just pick from your playlist.
Yeah.
So still, it's not even the songs I want to listen to.
Oh,
It's not fair, guys.
Interesting. Interesting.
Who hogs the covers more in bed?
that's not true because
That
you
is
use the
true.
covers in bed as like you crunch it up and then you
Yes,
hug,
I hug it as
it.
a pillow, right? It's like a ball
So
of
that's
blanket.
like
But
a big
but
chunk of blanket.
you like have some of it and then you'll turn and pull the whole thing.
That's me getting it back from you.
no. No. You take the blankets all the time.
Who is better at giving presents?
I love giving presents.
Mhm.
It's like a female thing, though, right?
Not always. Some guys like to give presents.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty good.
Some.
What am I talking about?
It really
Yeah.
depends. Some girls don't like to give presents either. I just really enjoy getting people stuff.
I think you get good gifts, Shay.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
completely put myself down.
Didn't you give Maury Shay? Or I keep saying Maury Shay. Not bad. Didn't you give Morissette lots of presents? You give good presents.
Yeah, something like that. Next question.
You also
Who is
got-
more likely to be late?
Be what?
Be
Late.
late.
I feel like not really us, but I guess maybe
Yeah.
me. if
No, definitely you.
anything.
I'm just thinking about
No.
all the times that we met up and you were always late.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
Who was
gave you
late
the
today?
low voice. She
Who
gave
was
you the
late?
low
No,
Who
that's
was late
different. That's
today?
one-off.
I'll wait. I'll wait. Who was?
You're like
16 minutes
hours late,
today?
though.
I'll wait.
I mean, that's just payback, for all the times you waited.
You were late. I don't know what you talking about.
And then you blamed the rain on me.
who gives the best hugs?
Why am I just like an awesome person?
Who is the most modest? No, I'm joking. That's not a question.
Who is the most immature?
Yeah, probably. I joke around probably too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has the nicest hair?
Just got it done today.
Starting to
hair
get a
doesn't
few
change
wins now.
much. Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah,
hair.
we're keeping
Wait,
score.
I might take it back.
I'm keeping score.
You
Oh,
got
yeah?
nice
Okay.
hair.
Huh?
Part of the game.
Is that what we're saying?
Like genetically?
I don't know. It's just curly. I like it, so it's
Mm.
nice.
Mm.
So I might got nice hair.
Who has the worst temper?
Ooh.
Not close. Is that a I think that's like a Filipino
woman thing.
thing. Yeah.
I can believe that.
They got a little bit of fire. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of fire.
They definitely do.
Shay would know.
You're trying to get the tea.
Come on, Shay. Just let it out. It's okay. We can have a therapy session. Do we need some drinks? Want to get a drink?
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. Who said I love you first? Why did you look sad
Oh.
about that?
Because.
Because you probably wanted it first, right?
Huh? Wait, what was that?
You probably wanted to hear it first. And you're forced to say it first yourself so you can get it back in return.
Did I tell you this story?
No, I just know you.
Oh, yeah, dude. You want to tell it?
I think you tell it better. You tell it better.
So we moved out here, and I knew like I loved him like months before, and then we moved out here, and we are just chilling, and like we'd have like a connection, like every time I look at him, like, ooh yeah, like I love this man, but I didn't want to say it because I'm not gonna say it first. 'Cause I
Mommy
feel
likey. Yeah, for sure.
And like I feel like every time I'd be the one to always like express my feelings towards him, since the beginning. And so I just didn't want to say it. And I got really nervous saying it too, because of past experiences. I just didn't want to say it first. And I could tell that he loved me, but he didn't want to say it. And that he knew that I loved him, but he didn't want to say it. And I was like, are you serious? But like, I didn't really know. So like the whole time I'd be like, I want to tell him. And I'd be like, Nick, I need to tell you something. And he'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, nothing. It's okay. And he'd be like, what? Just tell me. I'm like, no.
In my head, I was like, I know what you want to say. Just say it.
So annoying. And I was like crying too, because I really wanted to say it. And it meant a lot to me to say I love you. Like, because I won't say I love you unless I really, really mean it, And he just here playing around, being like, oh, I know she's going to say it, but like, I'm not going to say anything. So then one day I was just like crying, and then I calmed down, and then I was like, I didn't even say it.
You didn't?
No, because I was gonna say it, and I was like, Nick, I gotta tell you something. And you're like, what? And the whole thing went on again. And then he goes, I know you love me. And then he like turned around in the covers, and I was like, he said, I know you love me. And I was like, he didn't even say like, He didn't even say, I love you. He was just like, I know you love me. And I was like, what? So then I was like, yeah.
Which made it easy. And he'd be like, it's straight now.
Nah, stupid. So I still said I love you first. And I was like, yeah, I love you. And then you're like, I love you too. And then you went to bed. That was it. So it wasn't anything that romantic.
No.
But
At least he
I
proposed
wish,
to you first.
I mean, yeah.
Could you imagine if you had to do that too?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I was like joking around. I was like, hey, like, when are we gonna get married? You know, what if I propose to you? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but
I'm getting like Chandler Monica vibes here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh god. Your
Who
question.
is the funniest?
Okay.
No,
I can tell by the vlogs.
No.
Who is the most
Axe that.
competitive?
Who what?
The
Who
most
is the most competitive? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, not close.
Who has the best taste in music?
I think I know this one already.
Yeah, that's what it was
What?
I like
He was gonna be
everything.
Everything
I
doesn't
like-
mean
I like your stuff. I like Filipino stuff. I like
so
everything.
quantity over quantity. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Who is most likely to steal from a hotel room? Not surprised.
You gotta get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like I'd take those like soaps and that stuff.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
start me on soap. That's a whole other discussion. Oh.
Who farts more?
Who farts?
That's the question.
That's what Dan put down.
Y'all don't even know what I go through. Scary.
It's scary.
See, the thing is, I didn't know he was like this. Okay, he never farted the whole time we were dating in Michigan. So then we come here to California. So like, okay, in Michigan there was like 1 or 2 times I heard him like fart, and I was like, should I say something? And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do? You know, you're like, oh, you
Oh, no,
farted, you know.
yeah.
And he didn't like say anything. He just pretended nothing happened. So I was like, me too. Nothing happened. And then we come to California, and then he like farts, and I was like, Nick.
It is what it is.
He held it in for like a year.
Yeah.
And now it's
Isn't it
just
how it
like
is,
a
though?
storm of farts.
Mate, when you
Isn't
can
that
find
kinda
someone you
normal?
can fart with, you can fart tunes together, it's the best thing in the world. It's great. It's great. It's stinky, but it's great.
Oh, it's so stinky.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to get a hangover? Interesting.
Rachel, you're little. We're
So-
both not drinkers. So like one
Yeah.
wine tasting, we're both like, you feeling it, dude?
Yeah, like we went wine tasting. We had wine today, and I was feeling it.
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah. Yeah. Earlier today, we hung out with some friends and had some wine, and I was already like,
Yeah, like 1.5 glass, and we're just like,
you good?
she has like red cheeks, and she's just like,
it's not good.
yeah.
Is it hot here?
Who takes the longest getting ready for a night out?
That's easy.
That was an easy one.
And finally, who is the best kisser? As expected, as expected.
Rachel.
What?
I'm gonna toss this up.
Oh, I forgot we were on the same team.
You know,
I wasn't helping our score. Sorry.
oh, that just tells
I was
us
just
what
trying to
this week is
sabotage
gonna
you.
hold.
Time to
Oh
time.
no.
What did we say the threshold was
We didn't
for
do too
failure?
I
Did we
don't
say
think so.
20?
25 was
25 is
like
a little bit high though.
the over under. You said 25.
I reckon about 20.
You reckon 20?
20. 's
Why do you
fair.
do you just want us to win?
Wow.
I'm okay with losing.
25 then.
The score out of 35 is 23.
That's
Oh, yeah,
good.
that's a pass.
That's
MJ.
pretty good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's not bad.
We'll call that a
It
pass.
would have been
Yeah.
better if I didn't try to sabotage you
You-
a couple times.
It's like a day
You know,
in the
like-
life.
Like the last one, you know, did it on purpose.
You did? Yeah, that's true. I knew you were lying.
Just kidding, not the last one. I got questions mixed up. I was like, what was the last question? Gross.
Mommy, like
Stop. Say it one more time. Do it. Say it one more time and see what happens.
So Mickey P then. Khel Pangilinan. How's
Michael
that?
Pangilinan.
Panganingnang. That's what I. That's
My
what
chow.
I was-
Is there a ship name?
Michael.
Michael, yeah, Michael.
Michelle.
Michael.
How's that going, Rachel?
Remember in the Philippines, I was like, Michelle's over.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't find Michael Pangilinan. That was a good time. That was probably
Yeah,
like
it
one of
was.
the best times I've had in the Philippines.
Yeah, because welcome to my world.
Because
You were ready to give up. Give up finding.
I was like, you know what? Screw
But I've
Michael
been through this many
Pangilinan.
times looking for someone,
For
so I knew
yeah, that we do not name.
that we don't talk about.
We don't. Who? I don't even
I don't
know.
know. I don't know.
No clue.
But yeah, that was a good time.
That was fun. I mean,
And your vlog got over like 1 million views.
yeah,
That's
almost a
insane.
million. Yeah,
You're
it just
welcome.
keeps going.
I revisited the
You're
vlog the other day
welcome.
actually just to watch that whole evening unfold. It was brilliant. But I didn't realize it had over 1 million views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
To think we were going to shoot a mukbang video instead.
I was so mad.
Rhea just wanted to eat. Rhea just wanted food.
I was so mad. And Rhea was just like, let's just eat. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And then she was like, no, we got to find him.
And then we
I've done
almost
that
went to
you
karaoke.
before.
Yeah.
I've done that to you.
But,
She
like,
gets in those moods, right? She'll be
just don't
like,
wanna
she's
do
like,
it.
nah, I'm over it. Now I'm like, Rachel.
No, but I was like so frustrated because like having to contact him 1 million times and him be like, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
hang out. And then he
Even I contacted him for you.
yeah. And then he
You
was like,
snubbed me.
yeah. And then he was like, no. Excuse me, who are you? No one knows you. You know, you go to America, no one knows you.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's true. Like
Yeah, no,
Like,
not
Filipino artists are always like, like I'm a Filipino artist. Like, cool, you're like cool in the Philippines, but you come to America and no one knows you. Like James Reed and everyone is a nobody in America.
throwing it all in there.
But it's true, and that's why I don't like it when he acts snobby. For what?
I know.
Like,
I
you know, we're giving him
Why can't he-
views.
Yeah. I mean, Bagoy is the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a cool cat.
He's awesome to
He
hang
is,
around actually.
But
yeah.
I tried contacting him when he came to California, and he was like 30, 40 minutes from me. And I was like, oh my God, like, let's hang out. Let's like, meet up real quick. Like, he could have been busy, you know, which is fine. But then he was also like, yeah. And then I never got a response back.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed a few patterns
So,
with Filipino
yeah.
artists. They tend to do that a lot.
That was pretty much us in Italy, wasn't it? We was messaging people. You know, you're not working. You've done your show now. You got all this extra few days before you have to fly back to the Philippines. Let's hang out. Nothing.
You know,
Well, I
the worst
guess-
part of
Oh, no.
worst part about that is that they were all together having a party.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
But then if you think
Yes.
about it and you're like, you look at us, we're actually like nobodies too. So,
Don't
you know,
put
like
yourself
they're
down.
Speak for
nobody.
yourself.
And we're,
Speak for yourself,
no, but
Rachel.
like, but if they're like artistas in the Philippines, we're like,
Yeah, I mean, I understand and I completely get that and I agree to a point, but we aren't, like I said earlier, you know, there's so many reactors out there now that
yeah,
we are just becoming amongst the nobodies, if you like. But we have put so much of our time into creating so many reactions for them. And, you know, it's not like a lot of these other reactors have never met these people. We've met a lot of these artists. We've had, you know, days out with them. We've actually connected with a lot of them. So we're not just like nobody. I think we do stand out. I mean, for God's sake, we've all been on the Wish Bus at some point or another.
mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And TV.
And TV, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We've all been on TV as well.
You know. I mean, that was kind of cool, you know, like getting interviewed and stuff. But
Yeah. So we're not just like nobody. I think we were a bit better than that. But I still feel like they're holding us away, like keeping arm's length.
They're definitely holding me away.
Shay who?
I just feel like it's like we could be like, oh, well, they're kind of popular because of our reactions. But at the same time, if they didn't make music, we wouldn't have reactions. So it kind of goes back and forth with that.
Yeah. I mean, Wish do credit us sometimes with, you know, helping some of the artists gain recognition, especially I think Morissette when she did the Kind of Lang on the Wish Bus. I think that just no, it wasn't that one. Sorry, it was the Little Mix song. What was that one now? I can't remember the name of the song now. Doesn't matter. One of the Little Mix songs anyway. That kind of blew up on the Wish channel all across the world, and I think that's really helped her career as well. So you know, we're effectively giving them free promotion as well. I like to think.
In 3 different countries.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we kind of
in a
sit
way.
like,
Huh?
no, you go.
Oh, I was just saying, in a way, 3 different countries, but at the same time, all our views come from the Philippines. At least mine did.
Yeah.
Didn't have many US-based views.
And
Yeah.
without us starting out doing all these reaction videos, they wouldn't have all these other people doing reactions too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because I remember you could pretty much count who was reacting to Filipino artists.
There's
Pretty
only
much
a few
knew
of
everyone.
us. Yeah.
Now there's like a reactor every day,
Yeah.
new person.
My
Yeah.
recommended page is just full of people. I'm just like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? And the weird thing is, because obviously it's what we do reactions and that, you get all this recommended content. You're like, but I don't watch other reactors. Not really. You know, I might watch a couple here and there, but it's funny how all your recommended stuff is just everything that you do. I get a lot from, I'm not going to name them, just another particular channel that I just despise. Every time the video comes up, I go, don't recommend channel. A few days later, are you interested in this? No.
But don't both of you follow this person?
Who?
I'm gonna check. I'm pretty sure Rachel does.
Wait, who?
It's you, Rachel.
Is it another?
No, I'm
it's
joking.
another reactor?
Oh, it's another reactor.
Oh, it's another.
I just need to
reactor.
confirm.
I don't even. Is it that reactor dude that made a lot of like drama that one time? You guys remember that?
Oh, you must have unfollowed. Good for you, Rachel.
Huh?
Dan still follows this person.
Let's
I don't know.
rectify
who it
the
is.
situation, shall we?
Yes.
Oh, I'm doing this. To be fair, I see the stories. I'm saying the because I'm not going to define whether it's a him or a her or non-binary. Let's include everyone. But I'd never watch it because I always think that they'll know that I've seen them, and I don't.
We're talking about.
Oh,
Put that out there.
okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the things that I told Rachel, like when she wanted to start putting me in her videos, is like, listen, I can't pretend.
Wait, can we talk about something real quick about me putting him right in my videos and on Instagram? So at first, right, I had a lot of people hating because they're like, who is this dude? Like, we don't like him. He's gay. And I'm like, okay, like chill out. And then a lot of people unfollowed me, right? But then more people started following me because they ended up liking him and whatnot. And then we got engaged. And I didn't even tell him this, but I was looking at my analytics on Instagram and there was like over 30 people unfollowed me on that day when I posted my engagement picture.
Oh my
And I was like,
Oh.
oh my God.
Dang.
Just because I
That's just
posted
weird
that I'm
though, right?
engaged? Like, you follow me thinking you have a chance? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know, like, it's just so weird to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
I
is
brought
weird.
it up to her like multiple times, like, yo, if this is hurting your thing, I don't need to be in anything. Like, I don't feel any way about being in your videos at all. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I was like, if it's hurting you, then don't put me in it. I don't really care. Like, da da da. And it was always her idea to be like, hey, you want to do a video together? Like, da, da, da. I never even asked to be in anything.
Mhm.
I was like, well, if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna be in there. Trust me, I'm gonna just go off, shoot from the hip every time. You know, what I mean?
As a content creator, we kind of want other people in our videos, though, way
Mhm.
because it makes it
Yeah.
more fun for us
yeah,
as well.
Yeah. Well, also, like, I didn't want to just do reactions for the longest time. Like, I want to
Yeah.
do vlogs and other kind of videos which involve him. So if people who are following me just want to follow me for my reactions, or because they think they can date me and they see him and leave, then that's like good for me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I was always cool with that business decision. If you want to make a business decision, that's fine. But yeah, I feel like that is a weird conversation to have, though.
but I also feel like
Mhm.
if your subscribers are your true subscribers and like are loyal to you, like Dan said, like they would watch it and support you and be like, oh, wow, you got a boyfriend now? That's great. Oh, now you're engaged. Well, that's even better. Versus being like, ew, and I'm unsubscribing now. Like people would tell me that when they saw him in my videos at first, like, oh, unsubscribe. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, bye. Like,
But why do
I don't
people
really
need to feel
care.
the need to tell you as well? Why can't they just hit the unsubscribe anyway?
I don't know. I don't know.
I never understand that.
It's so weird.
I've always felt having like a second person like to react with or something is always going to be better because you got someone to bounce ideas from and just have that kind of shared experience.
Mhm.
Because as you'll know, shooting reactions, you're looking at a camera, there's nobody around you, and you're just talking to a lens. Really, there's no real interaction, no real sense of what people are thinking or anything.
Mhm.
And I think you get a sense of that once you start editing, you can see how it's coming together. But it's just like I think the second person, even in vlogs as well, is always great. It's easier to shoot stuff for one. And as I say, you've got someone to bounce ideas from and everything. I think it's great. So you two have it great. I mean, Rachel, my wife's also called Rachel. She lets me film her because she knows she doesn't have a choice. But she doesn't enjoy being on camera. She doesn't like play up to it. She doesn't play games. She's not like, she doesn't like being on camera really. But I just shoot it because it's my vlog.
And I've always wondered what it would be like to have that significant other, just hey babe, do you wanna be in the vlog? Like little things like that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get to that point. This is my goal right now.
You should do like, or maybe not. Never mind.
Family vlogs. It's the
Family
end goal.
vlogs.
Family vlogs, yeah.
Saying that, I do want to get my daughter involved. I think if I start off early, she might sort of grow into the role.
Yeah.
Even with reactions or just vlogs, just because kids are so honest about things, they don't care, and they can say some of the funniest things.
I was gonna say, do you guys know this couple, Love Keto, on YouTube?
Love kids.
No.
No. So they used to do reactions, and then they started doing vlogs here and there, and then they gained like a ton of followers, and then they got pregnant, and now they have their baby, and they turned it into a family vlog channel, which I thought was pretty cool. So do you do any vlogs yourself, Dan, with your family yet? Or
No, as I say, my wife's not too keen on being on camera, but I've got my daughter's just turned 1 like a few weeks ago, so I've got so many videos. Like I managed to catch her first crawl as well, which is wonderful.
Aww.
She was lying there for ages going, and then you finally see her get going. You're like, oh, she's going. So it's so good, and I was so happy. Yeah, you see everything again, as I said earlier, like with fresh eyes. Just new experiences. It's just so wonderful. You don't really. I mean, you say it sounds obvious, like you go, yeah, obviously when I have a kid, you'll see it all differently, but you don't know until you go through it yourself that how like proud you feel and how exciting it is to actually see a lot of these firsts. And I've been quite lucky. I mean, the pandemic's been shit for a lot of people, but the fact that I've been at home for pretty much the entire time, I've been able to witness a lot of these things that I would have ordinarily missed because of being at work. And I've got the holiday vlogs as well. We went to France for a road trip last year. We didn't get on a plane with COVID. You never really, you hear horror stories, don't you? So we drove across the channel and spent like 2.5 weeks driving around France and Switzerland. And, she was like 6.5 months old then. She turned 7 months while we were out there. And I got a whole series on that, and it's just lovely watching. We watched it the other night, actually, the whole thing. And, she's twice the age, again, since then. And just watching how much she's changed, even just in that time, like her hair's grown, her face has changed a lot. She can crawl, she can stand. She's not walking quite there yet, but she's close. And it's just lovely to watch back and just see all the different things that we got up to during that trip.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you guys a question. For you guys. So Rachel in like real life is actually pretty like shy. And people are just like, no, I've seen her video. She's not shy. And like, I'm just like, no, like she's shy. It's a lot different when you're in a room by yourself and you're just talking to a camera. It's a lot more comfortable that way, right? Do you guys, are you guys the same way, or do you get the same thing?
For me, it depends.
Yeah.
Like I can talk to a camera and, rabbit on for ages. Like I said, you can't sense how the response is going to be until you edit it. So you try and film it different ways. But what I can't do, like if I'm filming a reaction, for example, I could never do that unless I was reacting with somebody. If my wife was just in the room, I couldn't do it. I just constantly feel watched and judged and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I can't, especially if you're geeking out about something or you're crying over something like emotional, like, oh, this is so good. And she's there in the corner like, twat. I can't do a reaction with her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, not too bad. And the one thing I do struggle with a lot is vlogging in public. Again, with somebody else, fine. But when you're conscious that people can see you, it's a bit weird. And that's something you kind of have to get. I mean, people are so used to it now that it shouldn't really factor in anyway, but you still kind of feel weird doing it.
Yeah, with this on the hunt stuff, we're trying to like start filming it in restaurants, and we're like still feel a little awkward about it and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely
Sorry, a fly knocking around.
No.
So tell me more about this. What do you call it again?
On the hunt.
On the hunt, that was it. Yeah. So tell me about that.
Basically, we're on the hunt for good food. Since we moved to California in a new place, we'd always be like, man, we feel like a burger, we feel like pizza, we feel like this, that, or the other. But whenever you Google something, right, everything's 4.5 stars. Everything says good. Like McDonald's is a 4-star, right, out of 5, or whatever it may be. And we're just like, dude, we can never get a real sense of like what's good around us. Like we have no idea. And most of the time, the people that comment on something or really had a good experience, they have a reason to comment. It's a good experience or it's really bad. So we feel like, and you never know how reliable the reviews are anyway. So we decided, okay, let's create something where we like food, we do something fun, but we give our honest opinion on something. And so that's where it started. And they're like, okay, we see a lot of people do that, go out and have food, say how great it is, how awesome everything is. And we're just like, that's not really genuine. And like, to go back to reactions, like sometimes you're just like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, whatever it may be. Like, we wanted to give a honest opinion on everything and just say what we like, what we didn't like. It's fair, it's not, whatever it is. But then we also wanted to make it unique than stuff that we don't really see. So we can't come up with a couple rules and a couple twists that are not up to us. So there's a few things. There's ordering. There's the first bite, because after the first bite, you're like, oh my God, this is good. But then once you get into it, sometimes you're just like, you know what, maybe it wasn't that good. So the initial reaction, the first bite, order, initial reaction, first bite, third bite, and final verdict. So 5 steps. Now the order is the interesting part, because when we go in there, if we can, if it's just like, all right, this is what we're looking for, we're going to get this. But for the most time, we're going to be like, what is the best thing here? We ask them, what's the best thing here? So that kind of like puts it in their court. Like, what are you going to sell me? What are you putting your reputation on the line for? Right. So that's the premise of going there. Okay, what's the best thing here? You tell me what the best thing here is. So that makes it fun and interesting to us. And we're just like, ooh, you just gave us like something that we're not fans of, but we're going to try it and we're going to see what's up. You're putting your reputation on this thing, so we're going to try it. So that's really the fun part of it all. Is like
That's when they
giving
start
that
trying to
twist.
sell you the most expensive meal, then, isn't it? Try
Yeah,
this
they could.
rare
Yeah, a good
shark
salesperson
for
would.
$50,000.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Here's my credit card.
Today we're on the hunt for shark. So yeah,
It's interesting. It's a great concept, actually, and I love the 5 points of the star almost.
Yeah, we're huge fans of Gordon Ramsay, and so like we say a 5 star is Gordon Ramsay, right? And then 1 star is food poisoning. And so
Is that
like
1 star? Maybe
zero,
the
it should
taste
be
is
0,
good.
right?
Yeah,
It should be
yeah.
0, right?
That's not food.
So yeah, like McDonald's is awesome, but reality, it's like a 2, right? If you were
Yeah.
going to compare it to Gordon Ramsay, right?
Right.
So nothing's going to come close to pretty much a 4 star around us unless we go to some fancy restaurant, right? So it's a little bit more of an honest opinion about, the food around us. And if people around us were in the same boat as we were when we came here, where they're just like, dude, what's good around here? Like, really, what's good? Because when you move to California, there's not a lot of value in food, especially in restaurants. So you're going to pay $20 and might not be satisfied. And we're just like, yeah, you got 4.5 stars by Google, 4.5 stars by Yelp, but do I really want to spend my money at this place? Like, you say it's good, but how many times have we gone to a place, spent good money, and been like, it was all right?
Yeah.
So it's just something fun to do. And I think it's a good concept and keeps it interesting. Yeah. So like with her, like she got, big on the reactions, right? So it's just a reaction, just in something else.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a pivot. You're still doing like a similar thing, but it's just a pivot.
Branching out a little bit.
Yeah. So we're not cutting it off completely, but we still.
But then you might attract new viewers to your channel with like people who are looking for recommendations for places to eat, or foodies, or other food vloggers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Adobe Sandwich had sort of like a food show. Should we call it a show, where they sort of buy food and almost review it as well? They talk about it. And I was in Seattle for work once, and went to a Filipino jeepney sort of style, like in the wall kind of thing, fast food place. And we ordered like a bunch of stuff and took it back to my hotel room, and we all just ate food on my bed, like, this is nice. It's a bit awkward.
And what's really this is Rachel's doing, is that there's some people that are just trying to get their restaurant open. And so they're just simply on Instagram putting up pictures about the food and like, every Wednesday I sell this out of my house. And so it's just like, let's find those gems too. Let's try to help those people have a dream, right?
Yeah.
And try to put them on, and maybe someone will find them again or something like that. And really and then they get enough money there's a Filipina in where we're at, and she wants to open up a restaurant. I mean, she doesn't have the funds right now or whatever, but she every Wednesday or once in a while, she has a drop, and she did a whole, what was it called?
Boodle box.
Boodle box. Yeah. And it was a bunch of Filipino food, and it was the best Filipino food that I've had around here.
Oh, wow.
And so, so it was just like, also it makes us feel good, given that person maybe a couple more followers, a couple more, a little bit more money in her pocket and stuff like that to get her business going. So that's the really sweet thing. And we met her, super nice, super awesome. And so like, yeah, it was cool.
Do you get many Filipino restaurants over there?
No, not at all.
I'm aware of one in London. There might be a couple in London, but I mean, I reckon they're very far and few between.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't checked Birmingham because I live in Birmingham, so I have not looked for a Filipino restaurant. You think I would have over the years, but I just never really thought about it. You don't think that for some reason there'd be one here. But what I did find out was that they have like a Filipino festival in London called the Barrio Fiesta. What I didn't know is that they also have one in Birmingham. And I thought, if there's obviously a requirement for it in Birmingham, then in all likelihood there's going to be some food outlet somewhere that will serve Filipino food. So once we're all out of lockdown and everything's starting to open again, I might venture into the city and figure out where they are and maybe start doing some mukbangs.
You should bring some of your business cards then. Hand them out.
I actually have these. I think I have some here. So this
I
mic,
got some too.
this one.
I did Rachel was the reason how like I got into the whole card things. And you showed me them. I was like so amazed.
I had my own business cards. My mom printed out. You've seen them before, I think, a lot. And I just like leave them at hotel rooms we've been to.
Yeah.
We go to restaurants. They're like, Shay, leave your card.
I need to update
I leave them everywhere.
my photo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. I've had my haircut since then.
I think I got one.
And all my deets on the back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
Oh, I
pretty
need
similar to
updated
mine
one.
actually.
Huh?
I need an updated one.
Yeah, yours you look
I
way different.
I threw all mine away because they're not updated with my current username.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the weird. I mean, I've got literally all these to give away. I think I had about. How many did I have? About 250 or something.
Yeah,
Like when I go
got
out-
mine from like the same.
Yeah.
When I go out, I'll like give them to like girls in clubs. Give them to my friends to give them out.
Oh,
Follow
look
my
at
YouTube.
you.
When I go to the dentist, I'll just give it to the receptionist.
Did the girls go?
I give them to everyone.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Did they go?
Yeah.
Who has that business card for? Dude, wait. Me. No wonder you're still single.
Come on.
No, but it's kind of tight
That means
because
something.
like you don't have to like have that awkward thing be like, oh, let me try to find your
Yeah.
Instagram. Like
Yeah.
yo, here, like whatever.
Yeah.
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 Have you seen that
Bartender.
card get advertised on like Facebook and stuff? It looks like a credit card, and you scan your phone near it, and it kind of pops up with all your socials on your phone, so you've already got it all followed.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
I
Oh,
can't think what it's
That's
called
a good
now.
idea.
Anyway, it's a bit like a QR code, and you just sort of scan it over it, and it pops up.
Hmm.
That's kind of
That's
cool.
like the new
That's
ask for
smart.
someone's number is like ask for
Yeah.
someone's
Yeah.
socials because then you can just unfollow
Yeah.
and then block them if you need to.
Yeah.
No phone numbers.
Maybe you can just creep on them first, see if they're
Yeah.
not creepy, and then follow.
And then find that I have a fiance, and then unfollow you again. That kind of.
Okay, now it's just me. So,
Okay, now that he's gone, what do you have to say?
What secrets can you tell us?
I don't know. I really don't know. Sorry, I have no secrets.
Ah, I don't
That's
believe
good
you.
though. It's a healthy
I don't know.
relationship.
Actually, I do have a question. He can't hear it, can he?
No, it's just me.
I have a question, just out of interest. Me and Shay was talking on the last podcast about indecent proposals, and I was wondering, as a fellow YouTuber and obviously female, if you've had any DMs from people like asking you out, sending you photos, wanting to have very saucy video calls, whether it's
mean-
just us.
I mean, I'm sure everyone gets those messages, whether they're from bots or like just random people and subscribers and being like, will you go to prom with me? Will you go on a date with me? It's just really awkward.
It is really
So-
odd. I've had people like it starts off quite innocent, send me a message. Look at this guy, he knows what's coming. People send me messages quite innocently, and you can just kind of tell the way the conversation is going. It's going to be it won't take long before it starts getting into, are you single? Do you want to give me a video? It's all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not interested. And then they try and call me, and I've had people, and I feel guilty because I'm a nice guy. I like to think, so I don't want to just like instantly block someone or whatever because he's cracking up. And I've literally had people like phone me, leave me voice messages like saying like, oh, I'm doing dirty things to myself, and you can hear
Ew.
them like doing stuff,
Ew.
and they want me to call them back, and then want to see me do things to
Do they
myself.
know you're married?
Yes, I'm like, and
That's
also
the-
I'm at work. Do you know how weird that is?
That's like really, really weird. See, I don't like it when they like try to slide through my DMs and I'm like, have you not seen that I just got engaged? Like that's a little
Oh,
weird.
so that's happened since. Interesting.
Yeah, like this one specific person keeps coming like into my DMs and he's like
Oh.
just trying to message. I'm like, hello, I literally just got engaged. Do you not see my page? Like Nick's like pretty much on my page when you get on there. So I'm just like, it's just weird.
Some people did not care.
No.
Maybe
no.
because you haven't walked down the aisle yet. Maybe they think there's still a chance.
Yeah, but why would I give you a chance when you're trying to home wreck my relationship?
I don't
Does
know.
that make you a trustworthy person? No. That just makes you more unattractive.
That's a
I
good
think.
point. Yeah.
That's a full court shot though. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
Maybe he's feeling lucky.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Maybe he's like,
You will not like do well. If a girl, like if you're trying to like shoot your shot with a girl who was like engaged or married or even just has a boyfriend, like you're not going to do well. And if you do, then she probably ain't a good one either. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like she like looking through her DMs. Oh, like, oh, he cute, but I got a man, but he cute. Let me go like talk to him. Well, her man's right there. Like, we don't like that. We don't support. So either way, that either the guy's not good or the girl's not good is what it is.
But there are girls like that out there.
No,
so
there is.
he's like, I'm Michael Jordan, Game 6, Utah Jazz, buzzer beater, trying to get the shot in before the buzzer goes. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm
but then tell me, is that girl gonna be someone you want to wife up? I mean, it could be. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it does happen, and people do end up getting married. You know, but like at the same time, like I feel like most girls, if they're with their man, they want to be with their man. Yeah. You know. And then if someone else comes in, well, then you should leave your man, because then I don't think you're a good person if you're going to cheat on your man. So it goes both ways.
That is very sound relationship advice there. I like it. I still get comments from people who think I have a shot with, I don't know, some artist or whatever. I'm like, they don't even know I'm married. I've been married since I started the channel. Yeah. I haven't hidden that fact. I have vlogs with my wife. They could know you're married.
Yeah, and they'd still be like, no, what about this person? You're like, what? I have a baby. What do you mean? Like, I have a family.
Every single time you get that, just send a link to that video so you just get another view. Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Send them to my channel.
Yeah.
I just put them on Shay's channel.
Yeah. Kind of for one, Shay, they are blokes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding. They would. Well, I've had.
No, I'm sure you get a few blokes in your DMs.
Yeah, and that's the odd one. It's a bit strange because they're really misreading the room there.
Yeah.
So, Shay, what about you? How is your life, Shay? Your dating life, your love life?
We actually just talking about the same. It's, what did I say in the last podcast?
Can't even remember.
Steady going. Steady going.
Steady going.
Playing the field.
Mean? Oh.
Yeah. Oh no! We got a few. Don't say that.
We got like. What do you mean?
Playing the field makes it sound like you're just sleeping around, mate.
No,
I don't think so.
No,
you can play the field, like right,
exploring options, right?
Yeah, you don't gotta be sleeping around, but you can have that. What is it called? Like when you have like basketball players in your. That, like it's
what?
Like a sports term.
It's a sports term.
No, like
here we go.
It's like
plays.
When you have no. When you have like basketball players in like your rotation or something. I don't know what it's called. I've seen it somewhere on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, girl, you right."
Like a bench?
No, not a bench. It's like I don't know what it's called, man. But there ain't nothing wrong with playing the field. You want to have a couple people on your list.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. As long as the people that you're talking to are in the same mindset.
Yeah, or they don't have to be in the same mindset, but as long as they know that you are talking to multiple people, so that they
don't even
can
have to know that.
Huh?
Yeah, that's like that. That's not a recipe for success.
No. See, if I'm talking to multiple people, I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, Nick, I'm also talking to another dude." Just letting you know, I'm gonna be just like, "Hey, like, let's just take this slow." You know, I might. I'm not like serious right now.
No, when I'm talking to someone, I'm making it known that I'm only talking to them. But when in reality, there's a few. That's like the safest way to do it. You don't tell them.
This is a very grey area, isn't it?
Well, I feel like
you don't tell them. What?
No, but I feel like I'd want to know. Like, all honesty, like if we were dating,
yeah, you would want to know.
And he was talking to me, but also talking to someone else. I kind of want to know, not just because I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna get mad if you don't pick me. Like, no, but like I also want to know so I can keep my options open and not putting all my eggs in one basket and be like, you know what, I really like this dude, you know?
Yeah, but me not telling them is also keeping my options open, because if I tell them, that could push them away. Less options.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you dating the
Yeah,
wrong
good
people.
point.
I agree.
Well, no,
And also,
There's a
if,
few,
if,
like,
if you were talking to others, and you know, in this, let's say you and Nick in this case, and he said to you, "Oh, I'm just chatting to those other people, you know, keeping my options open," and then he chooses that other person, that makes you feel worse.
No, then I'd be like, okay, then like that's who you're supposed to be with. Go ahead, because I just would want to know, because I'm someone who, if you're gonna be just talking to me, then okay, that's cool. I might not be just talking to you, and I hope you understand that. It's fine. But if I'm just talking to you and you're talking to other people, I'd want to know.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
what I wanna
everyone
know.
would want.
Yeah,
Everyone
someone-
wants to know that, but
if someone like if so the person, the girl was just straight up telling me like, are you talking to other people? I'd be like, I wouldn't lie,
No, exactly.
but I wouldn't like come out and be like, by the way,
No,
wait,
I'm
first
not-
weekend.
No,
listen.
no, exactly.
I
That's
wouldn't
what-
come out and say
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like if you wanted to know, like I asked you
Yeah.
multiple times, I'm like, are you talking to other people? Especially I went to the Philippines. I'm like, hey, like you
Yeah.
talking to someone else? Like, let me know. You're
Yeah.
not feeling me anymore? Let me know, because I'm in the Philippines. So let me keep my options
tell
open.
That story?
What?
You want to tell? You want to tell them the story of that?
What story?
You want to tell them that story?
What story? I don't know what story you're talking
Wait, how
about.
long were you supposed to go to the Philippines for?
Oh, they know. I was there with Shay.
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
Right?
So how long were we talking before you went to the
Yeah.
Philippines?
Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't we have a few conversations?
Did have
There's
conversations
another
with
reason.
people.
There's another reason why I was surprised that you stayed together this long. Yeah.
Oh, now you gotta fill me in here.
Oh no, it was hot again, man.
It's like
So
wine, I think.
Because
we,
At one
we
point-
were talking for how long?
Not that long.
3 months.
Wasn't that long?
3 months, yeah.
was it 3 months?
That's
3
still quite long.
months.
That makes sense.
Because it started in
Big-
June, I left in September. So 3 months
Oh.
we were talking back and forth, like trying to figure out. And I was like, I already liked him. So I was like dead to like,
Yeah.
I like you. Like, what do you want to do? And he was like, what do you mean? Like you were leaving. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I like you.
No, it was like 2 months in, and then she was like, "Oh, by the way, I just
No,
want to let you
No,
know."
I told you like a week after we started like hanging out that I'm going to the Philippines for 6 months. But it didn't happen like 6 months. But like I was
Oh,
supposed to
yeah,
go
yeah.
for 6 months.
Yeah,
Ah,
and she was
okay.
just like, "What's the deal?" And I was like, "You just told me this."
No, I asked you what's the deal after like 2 months because I really liked you.
Yeah, but
So I wanted to know if you really liked me too. And
Uh-huh. And I was like, I was completely honest. Like, I wasn't trying to BS nothing. I was just like, "You're gone for 6 months.
yeah.
Like, I'm just getting to know you. I can't commit on nothing."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
6 months, like you're gone for a half a year, and I've just started talking to you essentially. So I wasn't like, "Oh no, we're good, bro." Like I was just like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I gotta
And
be
then-
100% honest with you."
And then
Like,
it went
that's-
from like, yeah, we're dating to like, no, we're just friends. Okay. Like, let's just not even hold hands, like nothing. We're just friends. And I was like, oh, what is going on? I was so confused.
but it was also like, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get deep into it for you leaving for 6 months,
Mhm.
and then like whatever may happen might happen. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my options open, but I'm not gonna
Commit.
BS you about it
Yeah,
either.
you're not going to commit,
I'm like, I'm not gonna commit fully until
which makes sense.
yeah.
I was just really deep into it. And I was like, man, I really like this dude. Like I would go to the Philippines and be like, I'll still contact you, text you, call you. Like, I really like you. But he was like, nah. So it made me feel like those 3 months were like messing with my head for sure. Like I would talk to my friend all the time, be like, I don't know, like he likes me, but he doesn't like me. Then we were like dating, but then we're just friends. And now he's like acting real cold towards me. And then she was all like, girl, you don't need him. And I was like, oh, but I like him. And it was so confusing. And then when I left, I even was like really sad that I had to leave. But I think I told you I was just going for 3 months after. But you were still like, nah.
Just
No,
3
you were
months.
like, yeah, you were in the Philippines. No, you told me you were coming back earlier when you were in the Philippines. I thought.
Because I ended up staying for 5 weeks instead of
Yeah.
3 months. So it went
Uh-huh.
from 6 months, and then after 2 months of talking, I was like, I'm just going to stay for 3 months. And then he was still like, no, like, I'm not going to commit. And I was like, okay. And then in the Philippines, then I was like, you know what? After 5 weeks, I'm coming back home.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
But I could, like, with my earlier comment, I was 100% honest with it. And that could have killed my chances. She'd been like, nah, this dude's just messing around, blah, blah, blah. But I think she could tell I was being completely honest and I wasn't BSing her. And I feel like it was fair.
I actually didn't know if you were honest or not.
I felt like it was
but
completely logical to think that way.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, because I remember.
So like, that's why I think it's good if someone were to ask you and be like, are you talking to someone else just because I want to know? Like, you should be honest. Be like, yeah, and then the person will take that either as like, okay, well, I still like you, so I'm still going to pursue you, or they're just going to bounce. And then, they're not for you.
Yeah. But when you were in the Philippines, there wasn't a time when you didn't message me, and I pretty much didn't message back like as soon as I got it.
Wait, what?
There was never a time where I like left you like
unread or anything
that I remember.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think so either.
Yeah, there was never a time.
I remember there was this one time we were in the car. I think it's after we met Khel Pangilinan or something. I don't know where we were, but it was me, Shay, and Rhea. And then you like texted me and you're like, hey, like, you want to like video chat? And I was like, oh no, we need to get home. Like, I need the Wi-Fi. And then you were like, yeah, but like I was like, oh, later. And you're like, no, now, because like you were gonna go to bed or go to work or something.
Hey.
And I was like, oh, we gotta get home fast. I was like, I don't have service.
So what was
I remember how important that would have been, because at one point you were unsure where things were.
It was so frustrating. Like, I was so frustrated in the Philippines. I was like,
yeah, I was getting that frustration
there.
from you.
Yeah, but like I was like telling you, and I was telling Rhea, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
But I think like with me being completely honest, but you always hear people like the anxiety of having like, oh, you hear all the time all the bad things that happen when someone's like, just honest or not 100% committed. They're like, oh, he's seen other people. Oh, he's out here. He's doing all this. That's what you like. People would normally assume, or you would see on like social media, right? But me, I was like completely like, yo, I'm not just gonna commit 100%. Doesn't mean I'm like out here doing anything. I do a lot of stuff on my own. I'm pretty much a homebody for the most part. And I have a lot of my own passions. So I'm usually just into that stuff, and I'm not really out there in any way. It was just more just like, came from a good place, but your mind can take you to the bad place. And I think that's kind of like where Rachel would go sometimes. Yeah.
Especially in the Philippines.
That'll explain some of her moods.
It's just a rough time. Like, I'll think about those times when we first started talking and like just being in the Philippines. I'm like, man, that was like a really sad time. Like, I would get really sad just thinking about it, but it ended up being okay. So
yeah, my intentions were always good, like always, no matter what. But yeah, you might not have got everything at the time that you wanted it, but my intentions were always pure and good.
Yeah. And
like I never knew like about YouTube. Like I was completely out of it. So when she said she did YouTube, I was like, oh, sweet. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool. Like I had no idea like that was like her passion or whatever it may be.
That's another good question. How did you like let him know about this, about all of this?
I think when we were talking, like through text.
Yeah.
You were just like, what do you do? And I was like, I do YouTube for fun. And you're like, oh, okay. And I was like, what do you do? And you were like, I make clothes. And I was like, wow, cool. We both do stuff.
I design and make music.
And I was like, oh, he's the one.
And it's weird, right? Like some people are just like, at least a lot of people around me are not into that type of stuff. At least when I started doing it, no one else was really doing it like just for fun. Now there's a lot more popular. Like YouTube's a lot more popular than it was. Everybody wants to be an influencer or whatever it seems now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people now coming into college, uni, who genuinely want to do that as a living. That's like literally an option for them. And it's like, years ago that was never even a thing.
Yeah,
and it probably shouldn't be a thing even now, because I think there's so many people wanting to do that, and there's so few opportunities to actually go and do it and make a living like properly doing it. I don't know if it's like a false sort of like perception of the whole game, really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And how much time she puts in and into it, and how much passion. She's just so passionate about it, and just always like trying to find different ways to make it work and things like that. And I think it was just when you told me you were a YouTuber, it wasn't just like, what? Huh? Like, why
Yeah,
aren't you a nurse?
Yeah, I was
Like-
actually kind of scared to tell him because, you know, like all Filipinos are nurses and I didn't do that. And I was just working like a normal job or whatever, just trying to do my YouTube and stuff. And then most guys, like when you tell them, they're like, that's weird. Like, why aren't you working a normal job at your age, you know? But then him and I told him, he's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
And it was just like
No big
building on
deal.
each other. Like, oh, that's what you want to do. Let's get it then. Like, if I can help in any way, bounce ideas off me. Cool.
That's great. You have that a great sort of like bounce board from each other. It's I don't know about you, Shay, but for me, it's like I have two lives. I have my life here. I have a full-time job, got a family. You know, life goes on pretty normal. And then I have my YouTube side, which I do in my spare time now and again. And then obviously my Philippines trips. So that kind of feels like a whole nother life, really. And I sort of now and again they kind of bleed a little bit into each other. And it's just trying to find that right balance between sacrificing family and work life with what effectively is like a second life. It's weird, but you two have that like creative spirit between you.
Mine's pretty much the same, but without the relationship. Like even when I'm getting to know people, like I eventually have to tell them about YouTube, and then that kind of leaves them like some people like look it up, start watching videos, they either like it or don't like it, or some like choose not to watch them because they want to get to know me.
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture.
And then it could be like positive or negative, right? Because then be like, oh, this dude's on, like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then
yeah.
like, or they could be like, nah, this person's like weird, like, it
Yeah,
could
they're
be,
like, who's
two
more
things-
set? Who's more set?
Yeah, right. So it's just like, do I tell them or not or whatever? And yeah, I always felt like I can't come with a good perspective when it comes to like her stuff. Like I'm as involved as she wants me to be, and I feel no way whatsoever either way.
I think the biggest thing for me though was when I was looking for someone to date was they were a creative person as well, because I know that would blend well with what I do, and that they weren't going to be afraid to be in my videos because I know that's what I wanted to do. And having someone who doesn't like to be in your videos sometimes can be kind of hard.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for too. Like that was one of my like main things I wanted, like someone that's a creative.
Mm-hmm.
I got married by the time I come to that decision.
But I noticed it's harder to find that sort of person. Well, for me it is anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll find them eventually. He just popped out of nowhere and ended up being someone who was very creative, which I liked.
Yeah, just so I don't know. I don't think too much about stuff like that. Like I'm just like, I don't get overwhelmed. I'm pretty chill about everything.
Well, I don't know if it's maybe, I don't know why I think about that. I'm just like, oh,
I think
would
about
love
it
to
too.
be
I
with
think about
someone,
everything.
right? To like have someone who just, even if they don't want to do YouTube with you, but like he's doing his own thing, he's making shirts and like making music, and I'm like, that seems like so much fun. Good job. Like, and then I'm over here like editing, and I'm like, yeah, we're both doing this. And I know it's just fun. Like, it's a fun way to bond together. Like, you know, Will Dasovich.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then his girlfriend Elodia, and like she does her own thing on YouTube and he does his own thing, but they're both there editing. And I was like, oh yeah, that seems great. So
Haley
like,
actually subscribed to my channel too. And then she unsubscribed.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was like, yeah, this link up, blah blah blah. Because I reacted to one of her performances. She did like the one off singing, so I reacted to it.
Yeah.
And then I noticed she unsubscribed. I was like, well, fuck. We're never gonna meet up.
She was like, oh, he's the other Shay. Speaking of music, Nick, you said you do a lot of music.
Yeah.
Do you like you sing? Do you rap? What kind of music are you into?
I grew up on like 2000s like R&B. Like that was just something I always really, really liked. Like Usher is like my guy growing up pretty much. And then I've always been influenced by rap. I was like in second grade rapping Will Smith, like, because my mom didn't let me listen to rap music, but my stepbrother did when I was older, but he was never able to share it with me, like Snoop Dogg and stuff. And my mom was very conservative, right? And the only rap song that I remember is from Men in Black, Will Smith. And because it was the movie. So I'm in second grade, like rapping the whole song. And it's like the only song I ever, so I've always really just liked rap music, and then went on to R&B and things like that. So I've always just like rap and R&B, and that's it. Even when growing up in high school, it was like these like emo bands or like teen like heartthrob bands, and I was like, I don't really, these dudes can't really sing. Like Usher is out here like really singing out here, but these guys are just like just whining pretty much on tracks or whatever. So I was just like, I've always been like, people would be like, Nick, all you like is rapping. But now it's tight, right? Now it's like the biggest genre pretty much in the world. So I've always like been super into music. And my brother, I have a twin. So I have a twin brother who's like super into like rap. And he's like a really good rapper. Like, I'm not good at rapping. Like, he's good. Like, he's real good. And he listens to like all the hardcore guys. And I went more the R&B route. I was more about like, and so like when I was making I'm like, I'm not a tough dude. Like, I'm not like, so for me, my personality is a lot more R&B and how I can be like, relate to people. I was like thinking, I was like, how can I like relate to people? I didn't come from a terrible place. I didn't, I'm not tough. I'm not out here trying to look for fights or like saying how tough I am, but everybody goes through heartbreak at some point. Everybody has a relationship at one point. So that's something that I can relate to, and maybe other people can relate to too. So with the R&B influence, I'm super into Miguel. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Division. It's like from Canada. They're on OVO. They're like outstanding. So like R&B has always been like the things that I listen to the most. Miguel, I said Miguel, and so so my music is like, and Drake obviously. So I do a little bit of rap, do a little bit of singing, a little bit of melodies in here and there, but just whatever the beat tells me is my style, essentially. And it's always just been something that's been super creative to me. And I think I'm a better writer than a performer though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Like I feel like I could write a song for somebody. And
tell them about how you help Kevin.
Yeah. And so like growing up in high school and things like that, my friends were into that stuff, but no one else was. No one else was trying to make songs or make raps, or I was making raps in like 5th grade, like just by myself, and no one else was doing that stuff. So the friends that I had were into R&B as well. And one of my best friends, his name's Kevin Wilson, and he's trying to and he's outstanding, but he's one of those people, I don't know if that starts a song but doesn't finish it, and he's like super critique, and it's like, oh, it's not right, and it's like, it's not perfect, right? And I'm like, dude, this is freaking good. You got to get this out. Like, you got to do this. Like, let other people decide if it's good or not. Like, you're killing it before you even give it a chance, right? And so he's working on an album right now, and it's really good. He's super talented, a way better singer than me.
He's one of the few people that I've heard, like, you know, like you hear like SoundCloud singers and rappers, but he's actually like really good, where sometimes he almost sounds like Drake to me. And I'm like, that's your friend? Like, that's insane. He's really good.
Mm-hmm. And I help him, like he'll send me a song like, "Was it missing?" And I'm just like, oh, this is my idea. This is my feedback. I might like write him a verse. Cause do you guys both do music?
No,
I do music.
You do music? So, you know, like when you write a first verse and maybe you have a chorus, and then you're just like, shoot, what am I going to do for this next verse? Like you get in the same cadence, right? Get in the same cadence, the same melodies. And you're like, I feel like I need to switch up. So sometimes he'll send me a song and I'll just send him a verse just to get that switch. And it's a different perspective, a different melody, just to kickstart it again. So he'll be like, send me the song and be like, dude, that's a really good song. It motivated me to write a verse. Here's a verse, do whatever you want with it. I don't care if you like it or not, but maybe just gives you a different perspective just to jumpstart that.
Yeah.
Right. So like, that's what's awesome about having people that also write music and stuff like that, just to help people write a verse or whatever it may be. And he's way better rapper, way better performer than I am. But when it comes to like my writing, I feel like I'm able to paint a picture pretty well.
And have you recorded any songs that you could share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. I've done 3 albums. Perspective was the first one. Music was the second. And I recently released a year ago. It's basically 0000, but it's basically the time is 0, meaning time is running out. Eventually the clock will hit 0. We don't know when it will. So that was the whole idea behind that. For all of us, the clock will hit 0.
Yeah.
But when, right?
That's pretty dope.
So that was the idea between that, and Perspective was my first album. And that's when I was like broke up with my first girlfriend. And the communication basically ended when it ended. No more talking, period. So it was me giving my perspective. And I wasn't a person to like talk bad about anybody. And I just let my perspective be known in that album. And it ended up being like a story throughout the whole entire album of like, it was good, it was bad, now I'm back on my feet. And it was like my perspective of the whole entire story. And then the second album, Music, was more just like, I'm on my R&B stuff. I'm listening to a lot of Miguel. I'm listening to a lot of to Division. I'm listening to all those R&B things. And I started making beats too in that album too. And just started to experiment with different sounds and things like that. And yeah, it's just been something that's just always been there. Like I'll just randomly drive to work and I'll be like, oh, I just put down 4 bars in my head going to work, right? And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna put that in my phone just so maybe I'll use it in a song later on or something like that. And so it's just
I do that at work too.
All the time, right? Especially if you're like at a job or whatever, and you're just like, dang it, man. Like I just need to get some creativity flowing in some way. And just like, I gotta put this away for a second. Let me just write down da, 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 da. And so yeah, it's just been always something that I like painting the picture.
So you find that words come to you quite easily then when it comes to writing lyrics?
The stories come quickly.
If you think to yourself, right, I'm going to write a song now, can you just sit there and write, or do you have to sort of like you say, you sort of have an idea now and again, you pluck a few lyrics down, and maybe you can use that somewhere?
Preferably, I like to hear the beat first.
Yeah.
Okay, so music
because the beat tells you the story. To me, how does the beat make you feel? I think of a story. I play the story in my head. I sit myself in the chair and I tell people about that, where I'm at in that chair, and what I'm feeling, what the story is. I try to go with that. But there are times where I've written songs and I'm just like, I got to find a beat for this. And that's way harder. Or I got to make a beat for this. Like I can't find a beat, so I got to try and make one, right? And that's way harder. That's way harder.
I've written 2 songs just for fun, really. And I did that to start with. I wrote the lyrics out as I thought they would sounded good, but then to find music for it, I really, really struggled. And I still haven't, I'm not happy with it now because I found a track that I like, but then the lyrics don't fit the beat. And it's just, it felt like a bit of a pointless exercise then. But then I did find, I tried switching it the other way around. So I find music that I liked and then try to write a song to that. And it's not until you start writing the music and start writing the lyrics to the music that then you realize, does the music, is it actually any good? Does it fit now? Because I found one track that I thought I loved, wrote some lyrics to it, and actually it sounded very sort of like safe, and it didn't really change much in dynamic. So I think I needed to find something switched up a bit better. But I think it's. You think it's one of those things that you go, oh yeah, how hard can it be, right? And you start writing lyrics down, and actually you you get a new appreciation for those who do write songs for a living.
Yeah. And like from first album to third album, like so much better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could have been like, nope, this sucked. Never going to release anything again. But it's just like, why not? If it feels good to you, it feels good. And that's what before podcasts were a thing, when YouTube was really big thing, I would YouTube like Pharrell interviews or Childish Gambino interviews or successful people interviews just to get their mindsets and stuff like that. And one thing that I saw in a Pharrell interview was like, if it feels good, then let people decide. And that's kind of how my mindset was with stuff all the time is. It's like, oh, it feels good. Don't think too much into it. And it kind of goes into Rachel's stuff too, is like, it feels good. Why would I overthink it? If it feels good, try it out. And it comes with that confidence, like, dude, if it just crashes and burns, then I'll be fine. I'm good. Like, we're always going to be good no matter what. At least I tried, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I look at some songs that I've written and I've released, I'm just like, it's not tight anymore. And it's not good
but that's good though.
anymore.
It shows you how much better you've come since then. Like you've got a better understanding on what sounds good. I think if you can always look back and improve on what you've done, that just shows growth, I think.
And it just shows like your passion for it. Like,
if
you're not successful in it right away, like it's authentic. And you're just like, dude, I just like this stuff. Like, there's no better feeling. And Shay, I know you know this, that when you make a song and it's pretty much done and you're just like, you shut the lights off in your place and you turn it up and it's just in your headphones and it's just as loud as it possibly can. And you're just like, you close your eyes and you're just like this right here feels right. It feels good. This is a freaking hit. And like, I'm dancing around my room, pretending to perform it because I just mess with this so much and it feels so good. Right.
Yeah.
And there's nearly no feeling next to that. And you just like feel so euphoric that you just made something. And and I don't know if you felt the same way, but like the happiest songs I've ever written were in a bad place.
Yeah, me too.
We're in a bad place. And I come with the perspective of, this is what I want to feel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And those songs that I've written where I want to feel is like, and that's so weird when you explain music to people. And it's just like, oh, this song's super sad. Doesn't mean I'm sad all the time.
Yeah.
Or this is super happy. Doesn't mean my life is awesome. Or it's just like, doesn't mean it's good right now. It's where I want to be. So like, there's such a deeper story to every song that you write.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Because a lot of my happiest songs are when I've been like dark places. And people don't really understand like like the mindset. Like they think, oh yeah, you're putting out this sort of song, you must be in a good headspace.
Right.
When a lot of the time it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
For me anyway.
Yeah, I wrote a song called Cloud 10. And because everybody says Cloud 9 is the best. Like, but
I've written a song called Cloud 9.
Yeah. Well, here's my quip, right? But a 9 isn't in the standards. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, to be fair, I wrote mine about a stripper, so they should probably be
hey. The best songs are about strippers. I'm in love with the stripper as a banger to this day. It will never change.
I made a video on this too. I might send it to you later.
Yeah, send it my way. And if you are working on any songs, send them my way.
Oh yeah, I've got a few.
Yeah, but yeah, that song in particular, like, I was like going after this girl or whatever, and it just didn't work out, and I was just like, oh man, like feeling bad, like crap, and I was just like, when I find somebody, it's gonna feel like this, and this is my dream of what it. And then Cloud is like a dream, right? It's like your thought is a dream. So like cloud 10. So it goes a lot deeper than that. And like,
Oh, I like that concept.
yeah, right. And that's like, I mean, not to plug anything, but like my clothing is around that. The symbol for that is a cloud with stitches in it. And it's like cloud, like a thought bubble or a word bubble or a dream or an idea that you have is like and it has stitches in it. And the stitches are just saying like, you're going to fall. You're going to, your dreams are going to take hits and stuff, but you stitch it up and you just keep going. It's just like saying, yeah, things are going to go wrong, right? Things are going to go wrong.
Yeah.
You're acknowledging that, but I'm built for this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like this. I like this.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm built for this. And so like everybody's dream, everybody had a dream, everybody had an idea, everybody had a thought. And like, that was just like, dude, that's stupid. Rachel, like back when no one was doing YouTube, right? Like, dude, this girl's kind of weird, but I like this thing. I have an idea. I'm just going to do it. And like, there's probably a lot of people, family including, that were just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's a stitch, right? I just stitched that wound up and I'm keeping it going. So that's where, you know, the ideas come from.
Show us your hat. Was that a cap you showed?
Oh, yeah. So
right against the screen.
I don't know if I can get close, but so it's a cloud, and I hand paint most of the stuff. And so it's a cloud with the stitches on it in gold. And then on the back of this hat, I put the zeros on it because you never know.
Nice. I like that.
You never know. You never know when you're, and that comes from really thought of that concept about Kobe Bryant and how like we were all just like, dang,
yeah,
like this guy had, and you just never know. You just never know. So like with you, all three of you guys, you never know. So like, just go for it. I worked in a hospital for a long time, and I've seen like the deathbed and people on it. And so like, whenever I make decisions, like when you're on that bed, what are you going to feel good about? You know what I'm saying? That you went for it, or that you were just like, I took it easy. I took it safe. Yeah. And I've made a shirt that says plus/minus your choice. It's always your choice. You have two choices, always. And that's up to you. That's not on anybody else. You have two avenues you can go through, plus or minus. You pick every time. And that's no one else's choice but yours, right? So it's like, so when I was in that, and that comes from my experiences, I'm like, dude, I feel like crap, depression, all that, losing a bunch of weight, craziness. But it was just like, what am I going to do? Am I going to do what everybody else will do? Or am I going to take a different lane? Am I going to get better? And I just pushed it into the music. That was it. That's what I chose to do. Sit in my room instead of going out and put
it's a great outlet.
Yeah. And that felt good to me. And when I heard that song, the pain went away. When I got that song, I turned the lights off. I turned it up and I was rapping to myself. That took the pain away. And that made me keep doing it. Cause that's just a high that only like people that make music know. Yeah.
So in terms of your clothes then and your music, are they available to purchase? Where can people get them from?
Rachel is actually, and this is, I support Rachel, but she supports me just back. She's getting a website open right now. It's wonders.shop. That's where you go to. We're going to launch a website this weekend, actually. And the hats go on sale on Monday. It's one release a month. So one drop a month. Once the month is gone.
Except for the hats.
That's the one thing that's going to be constant. But if I come out with a design that I like, and I really, obviously, as you can tell, I'm really deep with everything. And I really think once I get something that I truly love, I drop it for a month, and whoever wants one gets one, and keep it moving from there. So that's wonders.shop. Oh yeah. And this is one of my shirts. It says outside the lines. I don't know if you can see it. And with the little paint splatters on it, everything hand done and splattered.
Basically everything he has, it's like has a deep meaning behind his shirts.
Yeah, I like
for the most part.
Yeah, I like things that are like not in your face. Like I want things to be made. Like you always see people that have meaning to their clothing brand, and they might lack design or they're all design and no meaning. But I want both. But at the same time, I want you to make it. I want you to tell me what it means to you. So I want it to be like, here's something very general, and you can take it to whatever avenue you want to take it. So for me, plus or minus, I explained what that was. But I had a cousin come up to me. And I was like, oh, I thought that was like use the negative to make it a positive. And I was just like, I never thought about it like that. That's tight. Like, yeah. So when everybody's like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. What does it mean to you? So like So like for me, I like making things that make you think about it and be like, what does that say? Like, let me just think about that for a second. And like, that's the whole goal, is like just to promote thought, to wonder, right? Natural wonders, and a bunch of plays on that's a music thing, Shay, right? You just have 5 different meanings for one word. Natural wonders, you wonder about something, right? So I just want you to promote thought and be like, let me think about that for a second, right? And then you can find me on SoundCloud.
You still you have the Instagram for your clothing line too. They want to go on it.
We can pop these details on the bottom of the screen here.
Yeah, it's the natural.wonders, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the shop is wonders.shop. You can buy clothes online.
Mm-hmm. And then you can find me on SoundCloud. It's 24, 20 as in TWENTY space the number 4 OUR. So the F is like 4. You know, some weird things, right? Weird
it's also quite difficult when you're telling somebody as well, like, oh, it's 24, but this is how you spell it, and that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's when the business cards come into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The stage name is Nick, aka 24. So because it's always like weird, right? You're like, what's your name? I'm like, dude, just call me Nick. But you know what I mean? But it's just like, but yeah, it's the natural.wonders is the Instagram for the clothing line.
I feel really inspired just sat here listening to you talk about that.
Yeah, I'm
like a whole podcast, like sister channel, just talking about life and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, poets are deep, man. They got to go deep, and they got to be. I mean, I think me and Rachel, like, if we weren't together, we're kind of loners, man. I think for real, like
she's like, speak for yourself.
No, yeah, I'm like in my room all the time.
Yeah,
editing.
like, and we're just two loners that kind of just met each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, it pretty much what it is. And then we're just on the same wavelength.
Kind of the same too. I don't think about it. Yeah. I'm actually surprised at how much we can relate just hearing you speak.
Yeah,
about certain things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We all met through the same field, so it kind of makes sense at the same time that we're all connected in that same sort of way.
True.
Yeah.
By the way, just a bit of a strange subject change. So when you go onto Instagram and you click on the search to then search, you instantly see like a bunch of other feeds that I suppose are like recommended people or something.
Mm-hmm.
Why do all mine just feature like loads of pretty women? I genuinely don't know that. Why?
You know why? Because that's all you've been liking, Dan.
Yeah.
I've just been found out. Holy cow.
Give you suggestions based on what you like.
Yeah. Shark Week. Let's go.
That is mad.
Shay, are you into like fighting, like UFC?
Yeah. I'll catch it every so often.
A little bit.
Yeah. My brother gets more into that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I'm super into Israel Adesanya.
That's actually one of my brother's mates back home. Used to dance with him.
Yeah,
Really?
that's my guy.
I've got a few of his
cool. Does he like still keep in touch?
Yeah. I've got a few of his like older battles from like his young days when my brother's Crump crew faced their crew.
Yeah.
He's
that's
like
tight.
So skinny, but he was like so talented back then.
Yeah. That's
so whenever you catch him dancing, like that's all he used to do. Well, that's all I knew him for. I
Yeah,
used to call them black magic.
that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother loves UFC.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch it every so often though.
Hell yeah.
That leads me on to a question. Future travels.
Mm.
Any plans for once the shit show is over?
I don't know.
Or anywhere you'd like to go?
I mean, I would like to go to a lot of places, but also I would like to have my wedding next year, so that's gonna be like a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
And
I'd
then,
like an invitation.
Honeymoon, so
Wouldn't
yeah,
mind an
I don't know.
invitation.
You can film the whole thing for me, Shay. Be my videographer.
Oh, Dan can do that. He used to do that, right, Dan?
Oh, mate, I've shot
Used to
hundreds
do
of
weddings.
weddings.
Really?
Yeah. I love weddings in the sense of the atmosphere being there. I just love, weddings when I know the people. As a job, I despise them because it was my weekends taken up, then it's editing during the week. And yeah, I couldn't plan holidays, last minute barbecue, days with friends and that. You couldn't plan that.
Yeah.
So I used to resent doing weddings, looking at someone else enjoying their happy, hot day together. Assholes. So inconsiderate. No, it was all right though. I did, it's the time flew. You'd spend like 10 hours there, something like that. There's always they always were miles away. They're like 2.5 hour drives away for some reason. So it's never close. It's like 6 a.m. get up, got home, maybe just before midnight or whatever. Yeah, it's mad. But yeah,
I need Rachel to
good.
take me to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been.
I want to go back, but
Gotta go before you get married.
we gotta go when
Before you have
Philippines
kids.
is safe.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, once everything's safe to
Or
go.
once I get at least the vaccine, then we can go.
I'm starting to roll them out here too. I'm kind of on the fence.
We've done something like 18 million or something. It's mad, eh? But like I was saying before you came on the chat earlier, Shay, I was saying we could all be vaccinated in the UK, but we may not still be able to travel because the whole world hasn't caught up yet. So at the moment, the Philippines is still, that's the last time I found out anyway, they're still not accepting any foreign visitors. Whether that's going to change, I don't know. But I was eyeing up coming back to the Philippines in December this year, but even then I'm thinking it might even
Probably
be next
not.
year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, but you should definitely come, Nick. It's amazing. It's really good fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun in the Philippines, eh?
Yay.
And when you're with the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shay and I are trying to sort of work out like a bit of another travel series, leveled up travel series, shall we say, sort of in a jeepney and start touring around a bit of the Philippines. It'd be great if you guys could join us on that.
My uncle
would
has
be
a
good.
jeepney.
Oh.
My uncle could just drive us around. He did that for us. Like we just took our jeepney and drove around.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah. We're thinking about hiring one. Or worse comes to worse.
Yeah,
buying
you just
one.
hire my uncle. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think of that?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty fun just being in there.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
See, now you have to come
Okay,
now.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I'm down.
even if you guys just go, like I'll let you know and just go find my uncle. He'll drive you around. No
That'd
problem.
be amazing.
Now you
Buy him-
just have to
Just
come.
buy him some lunch. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's all he
Can't do
wants. He
that.
wants to eat.
Lunch is included, just on a basic rate, surely. Just
Yeah,
Lunch,
like when you
fuel,
guys like travel
and your
around the
time.
Philippines, don't you like feed your drivers and stuff? Or no?
I don't think I have.
No? Every
No, I
time
don't
we've
think-
had a driver like drive us around, like when we were like touring and stuff, like we'd just bring them like, come on, and give them lunch.
Oh, we
used to
haven't had
get
a driver
food.
like that.
No,
Like a
I'm
Filipino
only.
thing,
It's
I
like
guess.
for me, it's like just like an Uber, isn't it? It's like you get
Yeah,
in, you
yeah.
get to
Oh
where you
no,
need to
not
go,
like an
and
Uber, like
Like a
you're
tour?
going to the waterfalls, you know, so you get like a big van, everyone goes in. And the
Oh, I
driver's
didn't
just
know
like
that.
sitting there
Yeah.
for hours. So then by the time we get dinner, we feel bad because he's just been sitting there for hours. So then we're like, come on, like you have some dinner with us or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, in that scenario, I suppose I would, but
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah,
in
but
that
for an Uber
situation.
now.
No, I was gonna say
some taxi drivers are rude. Remember, like we couldn't even get like a taxi to go home.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were
yeah.
like, no.
That's happened to me so many times too.
happened to
What
us,
about
didn't it?
What about the time when I just landed and we went to that concert and he was purposely driving us around in circles? And I could see it. I was telling him, it's like, mate, it's right there. I can see it.
We can see it from the window.
I had to actually tell him, stop the fucking taxi. Let's get out. He was just taking us. Yeah, he was just trying to clock it out.
Yeah, it's a bad thing about the Philippines.
But it took us ages to get the ride there in the first place because we came out I think we visited somebody in hospital once, and I think we left maybe around rush hour, wasn't it? So Edso and all that area was just gridlocked, and the Uber or the Grab we were trying to book that took us in was on the other side of the road, so we had to come all the way down, turn around, and come back, and we're like, nah, fuck that. We'll just try and book something else, and everyone just kept rejecting us. We even just crossed the road thinking it might make it easier being on the correct side of the road.
A lot of the taxi drivers don't want to get stuck in traffic, so you tell them where you want to go, and then if it's too far and they know it's going to take forever, they won't take you.
Yeah,
I've been in so many arguments.
Yeah, it would have been faster to walk, wouldn't it?
Were we with you, Shay? It was like me and Rhea. We couldn't go home, or were you not there? From the mall.
Yeah. We had to walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to walk somewhere else just to catch a ride.
Right, because we were in that sketchy place that we weren't supposed to go again, and then it was not good. Did it start raining? I don't know. It was just not. It was a sketchy place. We weren't I had to have my fanny pack under my shirt, sketchy, and because he wanted to go, because I already went, and then he was like, "No, let's go again so I can record." And I was like, "Okay," and then we got stuck because no one wanted to take us home, and it was dark, and we couldn't get an Uber.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
So we had to walk through Chinatown.
I felt safe with Rhea though.
Well, I was just happy because he's real tall, so I was like, okay. Anyway,
yeah. I just stand out. Everyone's pretty short. Yeah. That's one of the good
I'm
things.
Really tan, so I could kind of blend in, but Shay is real tall, and he's pretty white.
Tall, and got the camera.
Yeah, and he's trying to record. I'm like, oh my god, Shay, we gotta go.
But do you guys get a lot of people coming up to you trying to talk in Tagalog?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean,
That makes sense.
Yes, no, I mean, kind of.
I don't think I've spent one day in Manila out in public without someone recognizing me. There's always one person wanting a selfie. And sometimes I don't even think they actually know who I am. They just think, he looks like someone. Let's take a photo.
Or
see the
they're
camera,
just
don't they?
oh, is he American? Take a picture.
Yeah, a lot of them think I'm American, even from my reaction videos.
If you're white, they'll be like, wow, white person.
I literally had a comment on one of my videos saying, why is this guy putting on a British accent? I was like, because I'm British. Why would I make that up? Why would I just start putting out accents for no reason? It's just insane.
That's funny.
Will Michael have an invite to the wedding? How do you think he'll feel about the announcement of the engagement and stuff like that?
Yeah, how would Michael feel, Rachel? About the wedding?
Care. He'd be like, Rachel, who? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we're gonna hire him as our
singer.
performer, like our singer.
Or he can be one.
Is that a joke, or would you actually do that?
I don't care. No.
What if he offered that to you? Would you let him sing? Nick?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Oh, yeah.
He can sing. Yeah. I don't care. Just as long as I was I don't know if you heard, but the last time I was when we went to LA together to go to one of his concerts. We were supposed to do a meet and greet, but it never happened at the end. But I grew up. I didn't grow up with Filipinos, so the experience was kind of culture shock to me. Because whenever I go to concerts, just like straight music, but in the concerts, it would be like 30 straight minutes of just like crowd work, essentially. Like 45 minutes of just like crowd work of just like making like girls like go
making them all cute.
Yeah, and I like look at Rachel, and I was just like, what's...
He was so uncomfortable.
I was like, oh, this people like this. Like, this is what they go here for. And I was like, okay, man, like, do you know what I'm saying? But to me, it was just like, I want to hear you sing, man. Just like, give me some songs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for the music. but it was like, yeah, it was like, I was like, all right, I get it. Like a
75%
song.
of the time.
Yeah, most of it was just like crowd work.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I mean, those are what they came here for. So give them what they come here for. But I was just like, it was a culture shock to me. But yeah, he can sing for sure.
I feel like at that concert, he totally ignored me. Like, because I was there and obviously there wasn't that many people. Like, there's not that many Filipinos here, like, who like him, like in the Philippines. So there's like maybe like 50 people or so, or like 70. There really wasn't too many.
Oh, so it was like quite a small event then. It wasn't like a big concert thing.
No, it was like he'd walk down the aisles too, and I was like in the back aisle, like near like the row where he walked down. So I was like, oh, like there with my camera, like ready to record him. And like he like walked and then real close and then like turned around. And I was like, oh, like
yeah, I remember that.
And like they knew I was gonna be there too, because his like friend or manager Doug was like, yeah, like you can meet him too after the concert, blah blah blah. Like, and like we're keeping in touch before the concert and during. And then like Michael totally ignored me. And then we were supposed to go meet him for the meet and greet, and we didn't even get to do that either. So we left, and then Doug was like, "Oh, where are you?" And I was like, "What do you mean? It's like been an hour later." Like, you know.
Yeah, it was like it was supposed to be like meet and greet, like it was like something very like special, but like I swear everybody that got a ticket was in the meet and greet line. Yeah. And we're like, dude, are we gonna wait?
Yeah, like hours? I wasn't gonna wait because I was like looking for someone who like knew me, so I could just kind of like squeeze in, record a little bit, then leave like we normally do. And I wasn't gonna wait in line like 30-40 minutes for him, and I was hungry. So he was like, not worth it.
So especially like
yeah.
Snobbed you.
Yeah.
Snobbed Rachel Ashley. Michael Pangilinan snobbed Rachel Ashley at his concert.
Oh my god.
Michael Pangilinan was threatened. Michael Pangilinan was threatened by Koyanek.
Oh damn. Was that's what happened. That's the rumor. Allegedly. Allegedly. I was like, Rachel, go get him. I got the camera. I got the camera. I got him. I'm ready. Like he was coming towards us, and I was like slowly scooching out of the way to like hip thrust her towards
you like
push her in the aisle.
Using your phone too, like I feel you thought too that he was gonna come down our way.
I did too. Yeah, like he went down every aisle. I felt like
ours was the last one. Yeah,
it wasn't like first 5 rows. It was like the other aisle next to us.
Like
was
all the way he was making his rounds.
Yeah.
By the time he came to our aisle, like by the time he came to our row, because we're like the last row, and then he just like turned around. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll see how it is.
Yeah, I was ready to film the moment.
So rude.
I kind of met him once by chance, really. I was with Jonah for the day and went to his recording studio, and he was just in there. And she was like, hey, this is Michael Pangilinan. And I was like, hello. Didn't know you were going to be here. Yeah, he seemed nice enough. He didn't stay around for very long. He just sort of said hello and left, I think.
Yeah.
He seems nice.
He's all right. He thinks all that. He ain't all that. Michael Pangilinan's just a normal dude who can sing. That's it.
You're like a different person compared to the vlog that I saw.
we both are different.
I was just starstruck, man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Especially, I didn't think that was going to happen. So I was very shocked that we actually
Sometimes
got.
The best times are the unplanned moments, aren't they?
That's what I was saying though. In the moment, I'm like,
yeah,
let's just go there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
A lot of the time when I've met someone, it's just spur of the moment. I'll just show up.
Yeah. I think I was just also really embarrassed in that video. It's like the same time when like James Reed reacted to my video of me reacting to him, and then I reacted to that video and watched it, and I was like really red in the face, just like completely embarrassed. Why do they gotta do that? Like, I just don't watch the videos, please. So embarrassing.
I'm gonna go back and watch that. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, when she told me, and she was just like, oh no.
Like I woke up one morning and I had like so many notifications. Everyone was like, oh my god, James Reed reacted to your video. And I was like, what? Like, you guys are lying. I looked and I was like, oh no, like this is not good. Like, it's good because like the views, but it's not good. So I was like, I had to film myself watching that video, and that video was like the most real reaction I've ever had. Like, I was just so embarrassed and it was just so cringy.
Was it like an old video too? Like an older video?
A little bit older
version.
video, and then
Yeah.
it's like I was just doing extra things in the video just to be dramatic, and I didn't expect him to see that. So
It gets
I was
worse
all-
as time goes on too.
yeah. So like, you know, like you do things for video sometimes just to be dramatic, and I was like, oh, we thirsty, and I was like drinking wine. I was like, oh my god, when I say that, that's so embarrassing. And he was there like watching it, and he was like, oh, and I was like, who are we thirsty for? And I was like, oh my god, like why did that happen? Like I cringed, so then he cringed, and then I cringed some more in the video. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend to go watch it because it's very cringy, and you'd
I will
probably
do
die
that.
with me. It's so bad.
That's one thing we sort of forget sometimes, is that we're not just
Yeah.
creating content for our subscribers, but oftentimes a lot of these artists do see what we do, and
Yeah.
it can get really embarrassing really quickly.
Maybe that's where they're like, ew. I don't want to talk to you. Like,
I'm
That's
gonna
probably
ghost this
why.
person
Like-
for sure.
like imagine like someone doing that to your video, you know, like you make a
I
vlog or
know.
whatever, and then someone reacts to your video and they're like, man, this person's so hot, like, oh my god, I'm so thirsty, and you're like, what
I've
in
done that
the
so many times.
world? Please don't.
That's like when I met KZ and she was like pointing at me and smiling like, I watch you. She's like, yeah, your more set reactions. I'm like, oh, fuck. And like whenever I see her, even at the award show, she was like,
Yeah,
she was
no,
pointing-
all the artists do that. They're like, aren't you the person, like, I've seen your reaction videos, you reacted to my song, like I seen, and I'm like, oh, you seen that? Like, I'm sorry. Like Daryl Ong, when I
Yeah.
met him at the Wish concert, and then he was like, yeah, you're the reactor, and I was like, like, am I happy, am I embarrassed, I don't really know.
yeah.
I would totally just start roasting you immediately. Like I'd just be
Dude,
like,
I would-
so you thirsty?
Man, if that were to happen, I'd be so sad. I'd be like, I'm never doing reaction videos ever again. Like if Nick was a person I was like reacting to, you'd be the worst person.
Oh, it'd be bad.
It'd be so bad. I'd probably cry and be like, you know what?
I'd be like, yeah, but I'd be nice.
YouTube
I'd just be
career
like, yeah,
is
I'm just playing
over.
with you, dude. Keep going. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I'd feel so bad. Oh, I make James, you'd feel so awkward.
Mm.
You can't really go back on that too.
Yeah,
So-
but I like, would never take that video down because that video got a
'Cause
lot of
the views.
views. Yeah.
Bringing a lot of subs.
So
like,
cringy,
still.
but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my reactions are cringy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You've had some controversial comments here and there where people would be like really hating on you sometimes.
Oh,
and I
story
was
of
like,
my
dang,
life.
like poor Shay, like you ain't doing nothing wrong.
yeah, just
They're
watching
always
videos.
like, yeah, they're always like, oh, he's exposing like Filipino women. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's just making good thumbnails. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I start thinking like maybe all these things starting to add up why people, certain things within, certain management, Dan, maybe why they push me away. Maybe they have like their own opinions about this sort of stuff. Because, how Rachel even noticed it. But how did ABS-CBN reach out to you and not me? I do not understand. I don't understand. What did I do?
Why not?
I don't know. They gave him copyright strikes too.
I've
Which
got only
is-
6. I've had like 30 copyright
That's
strikes on my
not
channel.
good.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
because
beat
copyright,
every copyright.
strikes, you can get your channel like taken
3
down,
of them
right?
and your channel's gone.
Oh yeah.
If you get
3
3
and-
in one hit, like, your channel's gone. I've
Yeah.
had 30.
Dang.
But
I
I've
don't
even,
like it for some reason.
I was telling Dan the other day, the other week in the podcast that I've bet like Warner Brothers, the Recording Academy, the Grammys, Paramount, all these Chinese companies, but the one company that I couldn't beat the strike against was ABS-CBN.
Dang.
They
I
refused
don't
to.
understand why they gave you a copyright strike.
Assholes.
No, but like, what videos are you recording? Like, reacting to?
Just performances.
ASAP, isn't it?
Except for that ASAP, yeah.
Maybe it's because I never really reacted to their own content. It was more of like when Michael or Bugoy posted on their own channel, which kind of kept me safe. Besides, I would react to their like Jollibee stuff or their Valentine's, whatever thing they had.
Does that fall under ABS-CBN?
I don't know. I have no idea what kind of videos ABS-CBN has.
A lot of
That's
the
why
requests I get though is ASAP performances, and because Regine's on there now, and a lot of my channel is Regine based. It just means that naturally people want me to react to that, and I haven't because I've never had a copyright strike from them, but the videos get outright blocked, and I just can't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
I literally have.
They
literally have
favor. Do you know Hug Knuckles?
Yeah,
I think it is, right?
No.
They favored them a little bit more because I reacted to a Christmas music video they had. I think ABS-CBN always has the Christmas special every year, and Hug Knuckles was fine. They had their video, and then I put mine, and mine got blocked everywhere. And I was like, that makes no sense. How come they can post theirs and I can't post mine? And then they also sent them like t-shirts, and I was like, how come I didn't get a t-shirt?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Why do they get it? And I just feel like we're better reactors, but
I just
we
think
put a lot of work into our stuff. How come we didn't get anything?
Yeah, I don't understand.
No sense. Like, we're also ones, I feel like, I don't know, did they go to the Philippines?
They
Once.
did. They went. It's annoying because I was planning to go and I'd announced it and everything, and then they went after I'd announced it, but before I managed to go. So they got there first of the reactor community.
I was just saying, I wasn't a big fan of their videos or anything, or I don't think they brought anything special to their reaction.
Other than
I don't see
there's two of them together. I think again bouncing their reactions off each other almost.
But for ABS-CBN to be like, here are some shirts.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But that's like extra going out of their way.
Yeah,
just to send them t-shirts, custom made.
Yeah. I just think if you're gonna give like some reactors some, you should give it more reactors some. That's kind of not fair, but
yeah, they could have sent us all t-shirts in this
or
material.
just not block my video. It's the same video. I mean, I love ABS-CBN.
They don't love me.
And if they need
6
to
copyright
email
strikes.
me, they can email me.
6. Could terminate my channel and your channel with 6.
Well, that's never happened to my channel.
Why do you think that they don't like you?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think I'm a nice bloke.
Yeah.
I don't understand it either, to be honest.
I think it's just because you use their content a lot for your videos.
And they can claim it and take the money from the content.
I mean,
good
yeah,
point.
but I don't know.
So, the episode 2 is just fucking foul. That's the best way to describe it. It's foul. I'm a bit nervous to post some of that stuff too. They say no, it's bad.
Which bit?
I mean, there was a lot of talking about girls and stuff, and positions and stuff. Bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I was even doing actions. What am I doing? No, I'm gonna hold on to that one.
Fair enough.
Shay single now.
Exactly.
I'm just playing the field.
We were talking. If it's the same bit I'm thinking of, we were talking about porn, wasn't it? Like self-shooting porn.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued.
There was.
Do you want to tell them your story then?
I can't remember how the story went now. Or what? I don't know what prompted it and how we got onto that.
Well, basically, you've shot one, right? And it wasn't just a spur of the moment like this. It was like multiple camera angles,
I had tripods. I had multi-cam.
lighting.
No lighting, no. The lighting's what let it
Natural
down,
lighting.
actually.
Yeah, but I never would have thought that you had done something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it needs clarifying, but I will just say it's not like I shot someone else doing it. It was like my own personal kind of video.
For someone let you do that,
Twice. I found another video.
so you still got them now.
Oh, yeah. It's like a bit high, wasn't it? Yeah. I was sorting. I remember how we got onto it now. I was sorting through some old files, uploading because I've got more travel vlogs and stuff. But even before I did YouTube, I've been vlogging my trips as like a little thing to look back on in the future. And I was coming and because I got so much data on my hard drive, I was like, I've got unlimited Google Drive storage. I thought I'd just start offloading some of the files, save space. So I was going into all these different folders, and I found the video clips, and that's what prompted me to talk about it. Yeah, they were hidden somewhere in the depths of my hard drive. 2 different versions. About
So do you have them actually fully edited as one clip?
the one was just, I think I had the camera set up on a unit somewhere in the room, and it just kind of recorded, like, as you would probably imagine it would be, just left, and that's that. So that's one video, and I had the multicam tripod edition version. Yes, that was fully edited. No, I'm not going to share the video.
So you can keep that one.
Yeah. And that's just the ones I've filmed properly. I have, I have other videos.
This guy just keeps giving. I'm just looking at their reaction.
Oh yeah, I've got stories to tell. Maybe for another time.
But thank you for joining us. This was a lot of fun. And hopefully we get to travel soon so we can all meet up and do some travel vlogs.
Yeah. And get buckets.
Get what?
And get buckets.
Hey.
I like his
That was
style.
so good.